Welcome to Bella and I Studio and Project Mondays. This is a new series that I'm gonna start doing every Monday. It's gonna be a project based, so whatever project I happen to be working on at the time will be what we're doing on Mondays. So the project I've chosen for Monday is going to be an ongoing project I've been working on. I actually have two videos already introducing this project. It just this is a new channel, so it took me a little bit to figure out where they live and how to organize that. So I'm working from a playlist called Project Mondays, and that's what this is, Project Mondays. And the project is going to be titled Bella versus Aliens. So I have episode one, and I have part one and part two already and already done. So this is going to be part three. And today, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to frame, because I haven't worked on this project in quite a while. So this is another way to get me to work on it, right? So yeah, and trying to find some cohesiveness and continuity in the channel this way. So the first couple videos I did was essentially introducing this project and actually painting the first panel with Posca pens. And my idea was to put it in a frame. This frame has a lot of different cutouts so that these panels will fit in there. So these are the panels I'm doing. I had to try out a couple different kinds of papers when I first started. This first one, you can see it buckled and everything else. The second one turned out. So this is the paper I'm going to use. This just happens to be a paper that I got from Walmart that works pretty good with these Posca pens. So anyways, I know what paper I'm going to use. I know what direction I want to go with it. And I know what the story is going to tell. So we're going to roll with it. And every Monday, you can rest assured I'll be right here working on this project until it's finished. And once it's finished, we'll move on to another project. How's that? But yeah, this is the first panel we did. Essentially, this is the city where I don't live here, but this is all metaphorically, right? So this is the city. We have some water transitioning down here. We have some light spilling off from the windows of the buildings here. We have a spaceship up here, an alien spaceship up here, and what it's doing is it's siphoning all the colors from the painting up into whatever they're going to use it for. We haven't got that far yet. Or whatever they anticipate using it for. But that's what they're doing in this frame for me. There's some smoke coming off the chimneys, stars out in the night sky. This is a night sky to me. Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep going. This type of art reminds me of when I was younger. It's more of a graffiti comic book style art. It's not a style that I practice all the time, but I genuinely enjoy drawing this way. So let's get this frame open, and we're gonna mount this first panel here. So. I think this is going to be a fun project. I just been thinking about it. It's near and dear to my heart. The story is essentially the aliens taking and bottlenecking all my inspirational motivation, keeping me from wanting to produce art. Complete opposite of hanging out with Bella and how she makes me feel. She makes me feel inspired and motivated to move, for if anything, for her sake. And now that we got this YouTube channel going and we've made it a few months, I think we're here a few months now, and I'm getting organized as I go. Moving into Project Mondays, this is motivation for me. Keeps me going. Keeps me on track. Keeps me doing things. So. This is just a frame, a cheap frame that I got from Walmart. So, yeah, not super expensive. I like them just because they're so simple. There's not a lot of moving parts to it. It's fairly light. This is more of a plexiglass. It's not a straight glass, so you know, I like that. Keeps everybody safe. Keeps everybody's fingers and toes intact. And safety first, right? Down the garbage. Come back here. He's got these little tabs. We gotta move out of the way here. We'll get them all. We'll work smarter, not harder. How about that? We'll do one side at a time. I just thought since I had two hands, I can use them both at the same time like that, right? There we go. A little bit awkward. Okay. Bella's like, Dad, what are you doing, dude? Okay. Now, before I go too much further, what I'm going to do with this first panel, is going to live right here in the center. So right here. But what I want to do is I want to draw like a picture frame. You know how here. I don't want to leave the mat just plain white. I mean, that would look silly. And then we'll move on to these two side panels and we'll just do the same thing. For every panel, we'll draw little picture frames to accentuate the panel itself. So there we go. Or showcase it, or however you want to put it. It's a word day too, Monday. Okay. Well, very carefully set that over there, out of the way, and we'll pop this right here for a second while I grab some Posca pens, huh? Alright, guys. Bella, can you hold on to that end, please? Thanks, girl. You're a true champ. Yes. True contributor. Alright. So, I don't think it's gonna be too difficult. These are one of my favorite colors. Blue and yellow really pop together. We're gonna toss in some black into this. Let's roll with we'll think about white, but not necessary. Do you like the green? Maybe the orange. I'm just pulling out some colors just to have them at the ready because we're going back and forth here. Alright. Now, yeah, let's just go with it. I was going to sketch it out with a pencil first, but, you know, I'm pretty confident that we can handle this. It's not super difficult. However, what I might want to grab here is a ruler. So, I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to doodle. This is where years of doodling comes in handy. Again, girl, hold on to that. We want to let it dry a little bit. I mean, this stuff does dry pretty fast, so I just don't want to go touching it when it's wet. So let's be careful. Get here first. This is where we get crafty. Alright. Lines don't have to be straight. It can look a bit wonky. This is comic book, right? It's not, there's no pressure. I like no pressure art. I like photorealism as well. So it's a different mindset. It's a different type of art. It requires a lot of attention to detail. It's a lot slower. So all that kind of stuff. Let me go with the darkest here, the orange. So let's see, how do we want to do this? We're just gonna make impressions here. Something's happening. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Making it up as we go, right? Nothing wrong with making it up as you go. Get something a little lighter. Yeah, that's fine. So now, what am I seeing? Okay, I see you. I'm just gonna go right down like that. As we're moving along here, we're gonna think picture frame. Right? Just say those words. Just put them out into existence. Make sure you draw that line straight. You know, this is a cool thing, and I say this almost every time I use Posca pens, is I can go back over that gray with that blue. I know I can. If I wanted to tighten it up or do something to that effect, you know, with it. See? Or I can go over the blue with the gray. It's all good. Mind the pressure as you're using these, because they will kick the paint out and drown your project in just paint. But other than that, have a great time. They're easy. It's easy. We're going to save the white and the black till last, alright? I think what I want to do here, just for stylistic points, is I'm gonna use little dots that signify some kind of a shadow there. Alright, I'm okay with that. just for style points. What style is that? That's pretty orange. Just for some texture, you know, just to put texture in there. Just to give your eyes something else to look at when it's scanning over the surface of what we just did, you know? Okay, so now what I want to do, while that's drying, let's come back over here with the blue. Dial that in a little bit there. You can draw along. You can draw along and do whatever, you know, you want to do. You know, while we're working here, we'll just hang out. This is a lot what art is to me. It's people coming together and working on their own projects. And every once in a while popping their head up saying, hey, look where I'm at. You know, or whatever. I love that kind of community, you know, kind of thing. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So, I mean, let's work together, right? And each frame is going to look obviously different because, you know, as we're drawing around these things, just because we can do that, we don't have to subscribe to anything particular. We can do what we want, or we can be anything we want to be right here in this space. Doesn't really have a rhyme or a reason. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to. It just has to make sense. I mean, you're surprised what makes sense when it doesn't, I guess, sometimes. Now, a lot of instinct would be to go ahead and fill that in with gray, but I'm not going to do that. Because I'm solving problems as I'm moving along, and I'm seeing different things as I'm moving. And what I see, let me show you what I see. I'm going to get more of that color around here. I'm going to leave that for a second. Because I got a couple ideas banging in my head about what to do next right there. And I don't want to commit to any of them just yet. I want to wait. It helps me when I hold this thing way back like that. The pen. Way high up on the edge. Just because. Now with this, I just want to make a mention here. You'll notice a couple spots I nicked over here, and that's okay because as I build these frames, I'm going to color all that space in, so you'll never see it in the later days. In later days. Alright. We're not going to work on a panel today. We'll start that up next Monday. Today, what I really want to do is I really want to introduce and lock in this project this way, and by doing this frame and putting in the panel, so that we can see what it's going to start looking like. I'd also like to talk about HS a little bit. Recent developments on that are, I went over and seen my dermatologist. You have to take some preliminary testing for like tuberculosis, a TB shot or whatever. You have to go down and get checked for that before you can start biologics. And I mentioned biologics in my last video. And biologics essentially is a blocker. It blocks certain things so that your immune system doesn't overreact, and that's the disease. Is my immune system overreacts to infected hair follicle and wreaks havoc. It really does. It's a terrible disease. Those of you that might have it, or anybody that has it, will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's terrible. So what this blocker will do, and it's called Humira. No, not Humira. It's Humira. HIMARA. I'm not sure. If anybody knows about that, please put it in the comments. If not, I will mention it in subsequent videos, coming up, because it's an ongoing thing, and it is part of this project. There's a lot of different things that are going to be a part of this project, and I will talk about them as I'm filling out the panels, and that's going to be the story. It's not going to be a written down story or anything to that effect. It's going to be each panel is going to tell. I'm going to tell the story in the video in real time. So, and I've already told the story about this first panel, and it has to do with HS. So I'm going to start this shot. I believe it's bi-weekly, something to that effect, and we'll see how it goes from there. The promise is less flare-ups, to almost none, with the addition of diet change and exercise, which I've already done, and I'm doing actively. So it's all part of it. So let's keep moving. And that's another thing about art. It's about movement. You gotta keep moving. Keep moving on. I think who sang that? Tom Petty? Last Dance with Mary Jane or something like that? I think. Looks okay to me. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. I'm not gonna fuss and muss over it too much. There might be some areas like right here. I might come in and just accentuate those a little bit. Now that I got a template with that blue around there, it kind of tells me where those are really at. Okay. This is solving problems in real time. All right, so maybe I'm seeing something like this. We gotta spend a little time on each one of these, right? Each one of these little frames, so that make sure we're having a real good time with it. This is so fun to me. This is like relaxing, you know what I'm saying? just makes so much sense. Why doesn't everybody? All right. Okay. This on all sides of it. A lot of art is about being confident, you know, other than other than feeding art. The other part of art is just about being confident in it. Just being confident. When you go to make strokes or you make a decision, you know, stick with it. If it ruins the painting, go with it. You know, try to fix it. Try to solve that problem. If you can't, if you get to the point where you just can't, keep it anyway because it's a good reminder. You know, it's a good story to tell, really. And really, it's a beautiful story. It's a story of adversity and overcoming adversity, and you know, you just get to a point where you just, you know, you can't fix it, you can't solve the problem, put it away. Maybe you solve it later in life. You know, that kind of thing. So, I mean, that's dope. Still needs some dimension. So, what I'm gonna do, come out here with this black, and where do I want to put this? I'm thinking the black is going to live on the outside of these frames. And it could be skippy, it doesn't have to be hard line. More importantly, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? I'm just doodling in a frame. Got a little heavy there, huh? That's fine. Because as we build these frames, it's, you know, we can adjust and come back to all that kind of stuff, you know. I'm going to drop that a little bit so that you can see it. Come over here. You start bogging yourself down with trying to be perfect. You really box yourself in to a certain statement. I don't like to put labels on anything. I really don't like to judge other people's art. If they ask me, that might be appropriate. But unless you ask me, you're not gonna hear me say one way or the other. And even if you ask me, it's like, you know, I'm the kind of guy that, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm not gonna tear you up. I'm not gonna tear you down, because art to me is, I mean, a lot of people use the term subjective, but I think it's a much more human term than that. I think what it is it's, when you're looking at somebody's art, you're looking at their life, you're looking at who they are, and how they carry themselves and stuff. So, and art screams those kinds of things. I just don't think there's any such thing as bad art. We get on our kids about, you know, their pictures that they draw, but think about the mental journey they went on when they were painting that or doing what they were doing with it. To me, that's the beauty. That's the hidden gem in art. That's, that's what people who love art, that's what they see, I think. I mean, that's what I see. That's what makes me love it. Not just performance, not just, anything like that. It's everything. It's the whole, it's the whole package. Art is everything. So, hmm okay, okay. Here we go. You come back over here with this. Yeah. And that is good to me. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's going to be our first framing job. It's not done yet. I see something else. Okay. This frame's got character. And that could obviously be fixed. But I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it for right now. Well, yeah. Might leave it. I know that yellow is not going to go over black really super well. I mean, I might have to go over that a few times if I want to fix it. But I don't really, I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. But since we're invested, might as well show you how to fix something. Not that you don't know already. Show you how I fix something. How I solve problems in real time. Good enough. Good enough for now. If I need to touch it up later in next Monday, and we will by all means do that. But for now, let's grab our panel and see what this is going to look like. Get it to about where we just made that mark, right? I like those colors. I didn't pick them on purpose, I'll be honest with you. I just think that they yeah, they really went with that one, didn't it? I mean, same colors there that we're using. I knew this one was going to be a tight fit. So that gives you an idea. Let's go ahead and put it in there. That is dry now, so. Grab the tape over here. This is just green masking tape, automotive tape. They call it different. It goes by different terms. Different brands will use this. I was a house painter for many years. I painted a lot of houses. Did a lot of things in construction, period. But I painted a lot of houses. And we'd use a lot of this kind of tape to mask off. Well, what we call it masking. Boy, I cut that right at the danger zone, didn't I? I'm gonna take just a little bit of adjustment, so I'm gonna have a little patience here. I think we're good right there. I think that's probably solid. Let's get it down. So we quit losing it. This is gonna be its forever home. I probably won't take this out of here ever. And if I do, it'll be to make prints of these and then make pictures of this stuff to put in my gallery or whatever I want to do with it. There's an issue over here with this side over here lining up. In the picture. Sometimes if you take that tape, just grab that corner a little bit and lift up. See that? We're good. I'm hoping. Man. Boy, that just... I mean, it's right there. I'm not going to be happy unless this is like right where it needs to be, because I know that's... I don't want to look on the other side and see any kind of gap. So next time I do this and cut these, I want to make sure, real sure, that I am exactly where I need to be. So, and I think that's gonna do it, man. I think we're good. I think we found the golden hour. Yep, I hope this project grows on who it needs to grow. I hope it finds who it needs to find, and I hope it resonates and brings joy to the hearts that engage with it. Like it does me. I mean, I'm excited about this project, so to me it's like one of my babies. So, yeah. We'll do this and then we'll get it back in the frame just to get a sneak peek of what it's gonna look like behind the plastic, you know. Alright, guys. See how we did. Moment of truth. Sorry, babe. Here we go. I think we're going to have to adjust it a little bit more, but we'll take a look at it. Make that determination here in a second. You know, I think it's probably going to be just fine. I think that's just fine. What do you guys think? That look good? You can see a little bit right here up in the corner. But I can hit that with a little bit of blue. Like right here. Because I think that's actually an issue with the paper and not. There we go. Alright. I think we nailed it, man. I think that looks good. I'm excited about this project. Doing stuff like this motivates me for the next panels. Here I want to do a close-up of maybe Bella, and then a close-up of the spaceship over here. And then we'll have, you know, this is just an idea, but townspeople, maybe other animals like dogs, and people walking dogs or something, maybe a fair, you know, a carnival, just different things that have happened and experiences in my life that have both brought me joy and pain. And we'll talk about each one of them as we go. So, anyway. I can't draw on that kind of stuff or anything, so it's sort of useless for me. Hi. What do you think, young lady? I only want to bend over a couple of these tabs because the more you bend them back and forth, the weaker they get. All that kind of jazz. So, cool. This is what it looks like, guys. Right? So imagine. Sit here and imagine with me for a second. Once all those panels get filled up, there's 42 all day. Which isn't nothing. That's a small picture. I mean, this is going to be a fun project to do. So I'm just, now I've wrapped my head around it. I've gave it a lot of thought. I've internalized it. And I'm ready to go. Let's go. I hope you enjoyed the video, you guys. Till next time. Till next Monday. Peace. From Bella.